Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here. I do want to jump in and cover two topics for today's video. One being account deletion policy where you could actually lose your account, I'll talk about that. And I also want to mention a piece of good news when it comes to Yogurt Man himself. Yes, that's right, he was eaten or slain 6,000 times. But I do want to mention one thing very quick. If you beat him using Jinwoo, you actually get the rewards earlier than expected. Just because support has confirmed, you only have to beat the hard mode using Jinwoo to get the 1,000, 3,000, or 6,000 clear rewards. Very interesting. We didn't get official confirmation before, so we finally got that in. And in the comments, let me know when. Were you someone that beat the hard mode workshop this time around in 1,000, 3,000, or 6,000 kills? Let me know. I'm very curious how many of our viewers managed to do it. I'm very excited, of course. Congratulations to all of you, and if you didn't make it, do not worry. The awards aren't that crazy, of course. We get a skin, some icons, not too bad. Nothing you really have to worry over, of course, but I do want to jump in and cover the brand new notice, just because it outlines the event details when it comes to awards distribution. We are getting them as the brand new update does hit on July the 3rd, so be patient, you will get them. When it comes to the skins, the profile backgrounds, the icons, and more, I'm obviously excited to get my awards, but we are getting something interesting in the form of another nerf when it comes to workshop. The flames are going away. The high difficulty dungeon mark, that means the game mode is going to be much easier, which is perfect. We can grind out the workshop faster now. I'm honestly very thankful we now have that 10 multiplayer feature where you can jump in and use 10 tickets all at once. It's so much better. I kind of do wish I could just sweep the game mode because, well, when you do it once, that means you can do it again. It would save us time, but that's just me. It's my laziness coming in, of course. So let's go back to the notice here. When it comes to the high difficulty dungeon marks, as I mentioned before, these basically make the game mode harder. It makes the power requirement higher than what we can see, and also makes the bosses stronger, and where they get, I guess, more defense attack stats overall. It adds between a 50,000 to 75,000 bonus power requirement. So let's say at the high end it is 2 million, it'll actually be 2.05 million, so around 50,000 more, or 2.075 million. That's pretty much the estimate. We haven't gotten official numbers just yet, but we can assume that's the case here based on past results and also based on leaks we've gotten. So those awards are coming in, congrats. But I do want to cover a brand new notice we just got recently that has a lot of people worried when it comes to the terms of service adjustment notice. I do want to cover that, but I do want to mention very quickly, of course, if you forgot to redeem the 3 codes I sent last week, they're at the top of your coupon history now. Before they were at the bottom, but now they're up top. NETMARBLE keeps on changing it, so make sure you go to your My page on the website and just confirm you use these 3 codes right here. When it comes to Abyssal Crystals, custom draw tickets, gold, and also Essence Stones, make sure you jump and use them. We are getting brand new codes for the new supporter season coming out, so if you forgot to extend your support, your support has been removed. You can actually not go back in and support us yet again because the button is gone until the 18th of June. That'll be, I think, tomorrow. It'll be coming back, so stay tuned. You can jump in and support us yet again. Do not stress out to get all those benefits, of course. And a huge shout out to Shira, the first commenter on last video. Here's your shout, bro, and enjoy that juicy Discord roll, of course. Now, this is something I do want to jump in and cover when it comes to terms of service adjustment notice. Yes, that's right. No one really reads this, but we jumped in just because I had a lot of people message me, Zaf, NETMARBLE added a very strange policy when it comes to account deletion. Let me show you. In terms of inactive accounts, where there's a policy regarding termination of inactive accounts, I'm not sure if this was there before, but a lot of people are messaging me saying it's new, so I'm going to cover it just because I do want to ease everyone's worries. So let's jump in. It says right here, the company reserves the right to terminate your account without prior notice if you have not accessed your account for more than 180 days. In such case, you will no longer be able to access or use the services using the terminated account. Any virtual currency or goods associated with the terminated account will also be deleted, and no refund will be provided for the deleted virtual currencies or virtual goods. Now, I do want to say right now, do not stress out. This is probably in there to make sure NETMARBLE does delete all the inactive accounts we have out there. Not when it comes to whale, free-to-play, or Lightspender accounts that were used to reroll. We have hundreds of thousands, probably millions of accounts out there just sitting with only one login just because someone logged in, did a roll, didn't get the hunters they wanted, and they logged right back out. So this is an okay policy. I do not think it'll be exercised in a major fashion, at least not in my view. just because it doesn't make sense to jump in and delete all the user accounts for someone who hasn't played in a while, because a lot of the time people jump in and play yet again. So I think that policy is just sort of there as a disclaimer, right? That we can delete your accounts in the future if need be, because there's like a storage cost associated to every single account. Because as you know, this is a live service game where it does require some sort of cost in terms of the servers the game needs to run. So I think the change is fine. It's obviously a bit annoying that it makes you worry if your account in the future will be removed, because I do play a lot of gacha games out there that I don't believe have this policy right now. I could be wrong, but I kind of checked. When it comes to Hoyoverse games, I don't believe they have it. I also checked, I think it was Dokkan Battle, another very popular gacha game. That one doesn't have any account deletion, and I know because I played my account for like a year or two after, and it was still there just waiting for me to log in and play yet again. So it's not uncommon, but it's also not very common as well, at least based on my findings. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts are about the policy. I think it's fair if they kind of specified the account was one that was just used for re-rolling purposes, because this kind of makes people worry, but you shouldn't worry, honestly. There is no way in heck they're deleting accounts that were active before, and we're talking like whale accounts, even dolphin accounts, or like Thunder accounts. Odds are those accounts are fine, you are good to go. If your account was one that was just played for like a few seconds, right? Though no, one account that was in touch, that was just used to summon, that account will likely be deleted. It just makes sense. Why keep those accounts around when no one was playing them, of course? But of course, again, I do want to see everyone's thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I think the policy is okay, and as long as they're not deleting accounts at the 180 mark on the dot, right? I mean, it's only 6 months. People have lives, right? Sometimes they leave the game and they come back after a little while, so it kind of makes sense. Anything good there? No. It kind of makes sense that that'll happen, but we'll see. I mean, the policy is in effect now. I don't know if it was in effect before because no one really made any noise about it, but right now I'm getting a lot of DMs regarding it saying, Zaf, check out this horrible policy, and I'm like scratching my head. I can't check back the prior notices, but I can kind of assume that it might have been there before, and if it wasn't, this is just a real account, so we'll see what happens there. And I do want to mention, yes, when it comes to my artifacts right now, I have 600 artifacts waiting in my inventory. These are driving me crazy, folks. I don't know what to do anymore. It's a scary situation where you want to salvage everything, but you never know when something could be good. I just don't know what to do anymore. We have 614 out of 100. It is tough times we live in. There should be a salvage button right here as I flip through them to make my life just a bit oh wait, what? No, garbage. Just a bit easier. Sorry. I'm tripping myself out as I talk there, but yeah, I don't know, we'll see. The artifact system, maybe based on the brand new reroll accounts being deleted, we can get some more slots coming in, because I think the worry is actually the fact that having more artifacts in every single account can drive these server costs up and make things hard to load in. I'm not too sure. I'm not in the data side of things when it comes to servers, live service games, how games run, etc. But that's the assumption, because every single artifact does have its own set of stats, which is kind of annoying, I guess, in the sense that every single artifact needs to be accounted for in the directory of the game's accounts, etc. But we'll see what happens there. Hopefully some brand new slots come in, and hopefully some brand new content as well, because things have been dry. But on that note, this is your Code King Zaf signing out. I'll see you in the next juicy video where we hopefully get some brand new things to do. And don't forget about one day the supporter program does back, so jump in and support us yet again if your support has been removed.